Oh, I feel like I'm doing this shit twice a day. Hi, Rodney. That's okay. This is how we do it early in my recovery. So, check in. A little light in the tunnel, right? My lips are so chapped. So, a little bit of light in the tunnel. Income tax. I have to turn in my what do you call it? HSA report I can get from HR tomorrow on what's left or how to log in or whatever. I got to turn that in, and that will either be taxed or not. I don't think there's any left in there, so they need to know if I've spent it or not. And that is, they estimated from what she said is around $7,000. That is going to get me, and I don't get it till the beginning of next month. Great. So that is going to, and it'll direct deposit into my Cash App. Awesome. Then I can pay back the bank to put myself in good standings there. I can pay a big chunk on the loan for Christmas, maybe half of it or at least a good quarter of it, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can get the cars up to par, and I can, assuming that the car is paid, so it doesn't, I'm still, once it hits, I can then get everything up to par, and then I'm gonna be okay. So that's really hopeful. Very hopeful. And income tax in the past has been used for, and when I say past, I'm talking about like, I don't know how long ago, but it's been used for like vacations or this or that. This is going to get my ass back to square one. And then I can just, it'll be at the right time. It'll be at the right time. I won't have to stress as much. Especially if it comes when I'm going to get the February check, which who knows what that's going to be like. So I can quit tripping as much. I just need to be up to par, and then I'll be okay. So there's that. Man, that was a refreshing call today. That really took some of the stress off of me. There's still so much more to come, but isn't there always so much more to fucking come? Ugh. These long days while I'm sick have not been easy, but they've been needed. It's what we do, guys. Today I did something for JJ. I'm saying a name because the only people who will know this are people that know me, and not everybody who knows me, to take stress off of his back so that car can get put in his name. It's not a car deal. It's just a good gesture. And it wasn't even me doing the gesture. It was just me making sure the paperwork was lined up so, Sarah could do the gesture. It's a good thing they did. I'll be able to get my tabs done. I won't have to stress about the water bill. I have a feeling my son's gonna move. And I'm accepting it. I just want to spend some more time with him before that happens. I'm saddened by it, but at the same time I'm happy for him. So he can, go on to live an adult life. My door's always open for my little guy. Always will be. I just have to make sure that this journey isn't only a solo journey for me. That I don't forget about my kids. And I realized that, like this battle of like recovery, I went for like 2 years where like I had to be selfish, and then I got loaded and I kept getting loaded, and that was even more selfish, and now I'm back to being selfish, and so it's all this selfishness, whether it's staying clean or not being, just so I could get back to, I don't know, but I do know this. The way I feel right now mentally, forget the physical side, because the physical side, shit, man, I feel shitty as fuck. Whatever. Not sleeping well, sick. But the mental side, aside from the stress. And like I was so stressed yesterday. I was driving home, and I thought for a second, and I almost just hysterically laughed like a crazy person. Because there becomes that point where it's so fucking stressful that you realize that feeling inside, that feeling in your gut right here, that feeling that's just like stirring up the stress, in all reality, what can you do? I know what I tend to do. I resort to like wishing I could be doing this, or hoping I could do that, or lately distracting myself by talking to people I probably shouldn't. Weirding people out. I had no business being weirded out. I was better off not even talking to them in the first place. Not like in a resentment, negative, anger way, but like, why disrupt somebody's peace with your bullshit? Really? If somebody's got some time under their belt, and they're doing things good, and they're, they've got like vacations planned, and they've got this structure down, and they're doing stuff, why try to enter their life and disrupt it? That's selfish. So I can feel better. I realize this now. If you really want to be a friend to people, then you have to be a friend. So I'm learning the hard way how to be friends with people. Like, not just like seem like I'm being friends with people, but actually be a friend. Somebody in need. Say some comforting words. There's somebody that I hate to say the word talking to, because it's not like that. They're in a far, far place. I'll just say that. That way I can keep the anonymity where it needs to be. And there's just no way in a million years that I'll probably ever meet this person face to face. Knowing that gives me the ability to just dig inside and figure out, how can I help this person? And that feels good, right? It also lets me really reflect on, how can I be kind, listen, and helpful. There's nothing to be gained in this at all. So, when there's nothing to be gained, what can I do for you? Right? And that's really what I need to learn how to be, is what can I do for you? And I can't necessarily do anything, right? So there's no physical thing I can do for somebody. So how can I be a real fucking friend and help somebody who needs help? I believe this is going to teach me something on how to be a good fucking friend to people that are in my area without making it weird or stupid. That's what I want to learn how to do, and I think this will help me do that. How can I genuinely help somebody? And how do I make a real friend out of nothing? I think that's another thing I want. Like, I have people that I consider my friends by association, so like work or the meetings here. But how do I just find some person that we could just be fucking friends? Right? And what does that fucking mean? Like the essence of being a friend, what does that mean? And I think I want to be in a situation where I am the type of person that when they talk to me, I don't ever have to say I'm sorry, and they don't ever have to say they're sorry, and it could just be like catch up whenever and fucking just cool, chill communication. Because I learned how to do that, and then maybe I can be better to other people. You know? And like, is my real focus that? Like, what is the most important thing right now? What's the most important thing right now? It has to be making deals, right? It has to be making deals, selling cars, providing the income I need so these kids are protected in a household they don't have to worry about, so they can just trust that the water will always turn on, that food will always be on their plate, that clothes will always be clean, and that they will always be safe and secure. That has to be priority number one. Now, that has to be priority number one, right? But what do I have to put in front of that? My recovery. Is this wanting to be somebody's friend helping my recovery? I had a talk with my sponsor today about a specific situation, and I'm going to leave it at that. And what they said is that when you start to catch fucking feelings, we need to have a discussion and a conversation. And I really like that a lot. So now the goal here is to be able to communicate with people. If it's going to be another female, there cannot be feelings catching. Otherwise, I can't communicate with them, right? Do I have what it takes to be that person? And it's not like feelings like I feel bad for this person or anything like that, right? My sponsor doesn't need to know about every single person I talk to. Unless it gets to that point where all of this is making my life unmanageable. Do I feel like my life is unmanageable with the communication that I'm doing right now with other people? I don't feel like it is. But I'll have to just reflect and continue to share about it and then reflect. It's going to require a lot of figuring this out. Because right now, with the people that I'm currently talking to, the only communication I'm having with is people at work and people in recovery. And yes, there are women in recovery as well. I need to seek out a male that is not in my sponsor tree. And the answer is easy. I need a phone list. So I'm going to ask for a phone list at the next meeting. And I'm going to reach out to one person a week and just talk to them. And I want to start building real male relationships now. I think this whole idea of platonic relationships is code word for bullshit for me. Calling myself out. I think it's not that it's wrong, but I think that I want female companionship, so I'll spin it however I'm gonna spin it until I find the one. And I don't need to be finding the fucking one right now. So I think that I need to really start reaching out to more males. And I need to find a male that I don't know, never met, and I need to get a phone list. And I think the next meetings that I go to, I think I'm going to continue to ask for phone lists. And then I'm going to find 3 guys that I reach out and speak to on a regular basis. 3. One at a time. So I want 3 guys that I talk to regularly. And I want to build something with those guys. I think I need to start there. The other stuff will come, it's fine. And it's okay that I feel comfortable talking to women. For some reason I do. But do they feel comfortable talking to me? And what's really going on? What's really going on? Like, I'm working a step 4. Do I have to be creating more inventory for it as I'm working through it? Is the real question. Like, do I have to add somebody recently into my inventory? I think so. I think that's going to have to be added into my inventory now. And then that'll be on my step 9. You know, or step 8. So maybe I need to call myself out, and that way it's aware, it's put out there, it's not secret. You know, and talking with my sponsor about it was good. And then being honest about it, and you know, because if I downplay it like it's funny, then it's just not really quite. There's some fucking real feelings that probably emerged from the other person, and it probably made them feel discomfort. And it's probably, you know, something that they had to talk to somebody else about. And here I am, running around like I'm innocent because my intentions weren't good. But I see where it was starting to create unmanageability for myself and another person. And sure, I might not have said wild, you know, sex talk or any of that, but I'm glad that was put to bed for a minute. So, and am I trying to help people, or am I trying to help myself? That's got to be the real question here. Who am I really trying to help? How do I get in a position where I help other people and not myself? I think this person that I'm talking to is going to help me with that, because they're so far away that it'll help me with that. And I think that we'll see. More will be revealed, is what we say. Anyways, I'm all over the fucking place. This is my journal, so if you're watching it and you've tuned in for 19 fucking minutes, oh, God bless you. I don't think I have the attention span to watch 19 minutes of some dude ramble about what's going on in his head. But guys, and I'm talking to my kids, if you really want to get to know your dad, and you're watching all this stuff, you're getting to know him. This isn't the stuff I share with you guys. I just try to act like, I've got everything under control and I'm struggling, but I'm okay. This is how I process. And this is how much I love you. When I process what I need to do for you, it's this methodical. Crazy drivers out here, guys. I love you. And I love you, Rodney. You're doing good. Just keep going. It's all good. You're supposed to make mistakes. And you're supposed to process stuff like this, dude. One day you're going to just be like, man, I love the conversations I have with myself. Right now you're just having conversations with yourself. And this is your Wilson. I love you. Keep going.